Hey everyone, A-Cat is here, and welcome back to episode 2 of RimWorld. In the last episode, we built the foundations of our new settlement and had a look around some of the game's features. If you haven't seen that yet, please see the link in the description. So today, we're just going to continue on with getting these guys settled. Seems like we've got a new note in the learning helper about forming caravans. You can form a caravan to send groups of people travelling across the planet. I think this is actually a new feature. I haven't come across this before. It seems the guys are still going on with building the floor. This is where we left off in the last episode. There's a lot of things we're going to need to build today. I'm just going to start setting down the structures that we're going to need. Okay, so one of the important features of the game is the storage areas. Now, for the time being, we've just built a single stockpile area which can hold everything, and that's so the guys will bring everything that we have over to this when we have new stuff. However, some items won't do very well and won't survive very well if they're left here in the storage area, and we need to build something that's covered up indoors. So one of the things I'm going to do is build a new storage area, stockpile zone, right here, next to the kitchen. And we're going to configure this. Let's close that a sec. On the storage tab, I'm going to go in here, just clear all for the time being, and then set all foods to go into this area. Except for rotten foods. And then in this existing stockpile zone, we're going to take off all of the foods here. So any foods that are stored here will have to be moved into the new storage area. Now the guys have got plenty to be getting on with for the time being, so I'm just going to speed up the time. To give them some more orders to cut some trees in a slightly larger area. They'll all carry on getting to work now. Okay, so in this room here, in production, we're going to build a research bench. A research bench paves the way to everything we need to do in the game. The first thing we're going to research is tree sowing, which I'm going to tick on now, even though nobody can actually do it because we don't have a research bench built just yet. And that will allow us to build our own sort of tree farm. One thing to note with RimWorld is you can sometimes have multiple things stacked on the same tile. So in this case, you can see if we click once, it might. So click once, it's on the limestone chunk. If I wanted to select the floor, just click again on the same tile. Lamps in each of these rooms that we don't currently have any lighting. And what we're going to use this extra room on the end for is for butchering meat. Just had a note there that it will have a speed penalty because it's outdoors, but it's just because I haven't finished building the walls in that area yet. Also need to build chairs for people to sit at as well while they work. Okay, and whilst we wait for those, I'm just going to check in work and see what else there is. Now, one thing we have here is a manual priorities list. So, by default, the colonists will do any of these tasks in the order shown here from left to right. All the way from firefighting, being a patient is quite important. People have to prioritise being a patient over doing other things. If you want, you can change the priority of that. Constructing dining chair. I mean, come on, Bowman, how hard can it be? Yeah, so the game gives you the option to totally reprioritise any of these and say, well, if you want someone to focus totally on research ahead of going and mining, then they will do that. For the time being, I'm just going to leave it as is. But I am going to stick everybody on the cooking skill, even if they're no good to it. Philly has never cooked in all of her 73 years of life. It's about time. I mean, if you're not going to fight off any intruders, the least you can do is cook a good meal for the guys that will. Okay, just while we wait for them to wake up, I'm going to build somewhere a bit nicer for them to have their breakfast. It might not be ready in time for the next day's breakfast. Okay, so the game's currently warning me that we need defences as well, so you've been here some time and have probably been seen. Pirate raids will start soon. Yay, brilliant. Okay, so insecurity, the only real defences we have right now other than spike traps are sandbags, so I'm just going to build some small sandbag areas at the two edges. Identical blueprint already exists here. Terrain cannot support this, very interesting. I wonder why the terrain can't support that there. I haven't come across that before. Let's just build that like that. Okay, so if there are any intruders, our colonists will run and hide normally. But what we're going to do is draft them. We don't need to do that right now, though. You see, if you click up here on the colonist, you've got the draft button here. Now, Philly is incapable of violence, so it's no good to us, but Bowman and Dennis will. Let's just hope the raids don't start just yet. Okay, well, I spoke too soon. Group of tradespeople from the Canbury of the Cove have arrived nearby. They will prepare for a while and then attack. Prepare a defence or attack them preemptively. Let's have a look. It's a guy with a club. Right. How far away is he? Brilliant. He's on the one side. I didn't build sandbags. Well, I'll leave him. I'll keep an eye. Sooner or later we'll decide to attack. We'll be ready for you. until then, I'm going to carry on building. So we need a table. And some chairs. So a bit nicer to eat. Okay, still not attacking, he's just loitering around. Oh, okay, I think he's making his move. Right, so I'm just going to pause the game temporarily while I prepare this. I'm going to draft Dennis and Bowman. What is up with the terrain? Mud. They won't go into the mud. Right, well that's not very helpful, is it? In that case, just whatever, just go and attack. No cover. Oh, he's slowing. Come on. Yes. Right. Great. No, he didn't take any casualties, and we've fought off our intruder. Brilliant. So now we have a big dead guy who spoils in 2.5 days, I should add. I'm not sure I intend totally on eating him. Perhaps we can build a grave. What do we have? I know there are graves in the game, but I wonder if we do actually need to research it first. Nope, it's under misc. I'm going to bury all intruders. Right there, why not? Ooh. Just notice there's a chunk of our ship here, which we can deconstruct to gain the resources from it. Nobody makes his clubs out of steel. I'm going to unforbid him as well, so hopefully somebody will haul him. Oh right, you can assign a colonist to a grave. I wonder if someone will move him into there anyway, or if they're just going to haul him into the stockpile area. I'm sure we'll soon find out. Oh, nope. Into the grave, brilliant. Okay, so nobody has to look at that dead guy anymore. Okay, so you're prioritising cleaning at the moment. Is that just because I guess we have not enough wood to cut? We'll better make another slightly larger area. There you go. They should all run off and do that now because it's higher priority. So on anything we need to build, as you can see down the bottom corner here, it shows you everything you need left to do it and how much work is left. Now work is a unit, which sort of indicates how much effort is required to go into carrying on and finishing that. The better somebody's construction skill, the quicker that work number goes down. How's our potatoes getting on? Ooh! Okay, things to do. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Dennis thinks that you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? So, shall we call our faction Isbum? I think that's probably foreshadowing something if we do that. Let's hit the randomise button one more time. Why not? The Dominion of Payon Farlior. Sounds like you're not going to come over and mess with these people. Dennis also thinks that you should give this settlement a name. What should this local settlement be called? No. Brewers Village. God, I think again that sounds like it's going to foreshadow something. Lentil rune. Let's hit randomise till we get a good one. Lakewood. I didn't actually see any lakes around here. Let's go for Enos. Why not? We are the villagers of Enos. We live here now. We didn't come from outer space. This is our town. Please don't wreck it. Order queuing. When giving commands to pawns, you can queue up multiple orders by holding shift. This also works when giving jobs to undrafted pawns. Why are we calling them pawns now? These aren't my pawns, these are my people. My people, and we will treat them with respect. Until one of them goes crazy and starts destroying everyone in the colony, and then, you know, we'll deal with that as it happens. Okay, so these guys are carrying on with building this. I'm not exactly sure how they prioritise what to build and when. It does seem like they build stuff... They prioritise the stuff that was drafted last to be built first. So they're going to go ahead and finish building the table here. How many survival meals do we have? 6, 15, 25 survival meals left. So that will last us about a week. I'm not entirely sure how many times they eat a day. I did see them eat twice, I think, yesterday, so that's 7 or 8 days between the 3 colonists that we have at the moment. Of course, we did add a bill here to cook simple meals until we have at least 3. However, we don't have any materials or any ingredients to cook those meals with, so we will have to go hunting soon. Just wanted to make sure that this area was ready and our butcher's table was ready as well. God, I really did get a bad start with 3 terrible construction skill guys. I think things would have been done an awful lot faster. Oh, and you botched the construction as well. Dennis failed while constructing wood simple research bench. Some resources have been wasted. Handy. Hopefully they've still got sufficient. Where you go? Philly? Oh, it's time for dinner. Right, finally we have our simple research bench. So, since researching is the lowest priority level, when there are no other more important actions to do, any of the colonists will go and carry on with research. Why won't they haul that? Is it just it's low down the list, or do we not? Aha, chunks. Yes, we will allow chunks. So I believe they did deconstruct the ship already. There's quite a lot of valuable ores around. Well, we've started, luckily. Right, so it's breakfast time. It's 1, 2, 3. I didn't put any light. I'm sorry, guys. Can't be very nice eating in the dark. Bang. There we go. Philly straight on that. No messing around. Now, I presume we've run out of wood again, and that's why they won't prioritise working on the butchering table. So let's give some more orders. Hopefully we won't run out of wood. 1 colonist idle. Philly doesn't have anything to do. Can Philly not cut down trees? That's cutting plants. Is there not a chop? Hunting, handling, basic, unskilled tasks. I really don't know. Well, never mind, just go and have a wander. Oh no, she's going to harvest a tree. See? Oh, I don't know. She was just being lazy, I think. Yuka's asleep. And so is this boom rat. It's lovely creatures. Kill them, they explode. Anybody near them when they explode takes an awful lot of damage, which you don't really want if you can avoid it. Okay, well, that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully next week things will get a little bit more exciting. Please leave a comment with any feedback and suggestions, and remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And I'll see you next time for another episode of RimWorld. Take care.